Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Spintires Mudrunner, and in today's episode we're going to take MTZ 82 for a test run. Now let's see, this has a lot of things like log carts and all that, but also like a dozer blade. Actually I think I will have that. And mechanization fixed. Okay, so I think, yeah, that doesn't need to put anything else on it. With the front axle load off, you can actually add a front end loader, but there's a rear log loader, but that's what you need for a trailer, and a log trailer. You can see what it can carry. And incidentally, despite the design of the front axle, this is actually a four-wheel drive tractor. I mean, I actually found a video explaining how the four-wheel drive on this thing works, and it actually was quite... oh, hang on a minute. I hope it's not coming into the mic. But anyway, just realised I haven't plugged my headphones in. Anyway, with these tractors, there's actually, as they drive to the front wheels, and then there's like multiple little gearboxes and that to get to where the front wheel hubs. Rather complex way of doing it, but I suppose it does give ground clearance. And from what I read, the setup actually only kicks in when the back wheels start to slip. So as you can see, this is not a particularly fast tractor, to say the least. So this will be a slow run, I'd say. I might actually skip sections of it. Mind you, I think this tractor, once you hit the higher gears, it's not so bad. I'm just thinking back because I don't remember this tractor from Spintires, and once you got out of first gear, it tended to scuttle along quite well. Although, of course, once you picked up speed, you had to deal with the complete lack of rear suspension, as it is a tractor, and which made it rather prone to overturning. I think I usually put the front end loader on it as a front weight back then, but I'm not sure if the front weights were a thing. They certainly help keep the nose down, because with this tractor the only real front suspension is, well, as the front suspension works around a pivot, so these things do not ride well at speed. Oh god, normally I'd wait till I get to the thing, but I think I'm going to cut it here, just simply because we're going to be here forever otherwise. I certainly still have to put up with the pace all the way. Hang on, where's the fuel tank? It's only just over there, isn't it? It'd be nice if I could hit a spot where I could get it out of first gear. Still, this tractor has only about 80 horsepower, so not powerful. I'm trying to remember actually the details because I only downloaded this today, and if I hear any whistling noises, that's just the wind from the continuing storm the last couple of days, screeching around the eaves. Okay, now we're getting some speed up. Just needed to get onto a harder surface. I'm in 6th gear, but it's still not going very much faster. Alright, we're at the fueling spot where I always stop for gas. Although with this particular machine it's already full, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll see you soon when I get to the log loading point. Alright, welcome back, and we've finally reached the log station, and as I said with this tractor, once you get in the higher gears it seems to scuttle along a bit faster, but in the lower gears not so much, which is a bit unfortunate. Still, I suppose it's a case of engine power versus the mud. I suppose on a paved road it'll actually be quite fast. Now let's see. Now I can only carry 2 points on this thing. I can't remember if the other trailer had anything better or... And yeah, the front wheels are really digging in now. As you can see, this thing does not really like the mud, deep mud that much. And we just managed to make that U-turn. Alright, now the slow plod continues. I mean, I'm at the, what, like 12.5 minutes into the recording now. Of course, the final product will be shorter because I cut out the section between the fuel tank and over here, which is simply to make the video shorter, and also gives me a break from talking, which actually means I can usually record more episodes before I get a sore throat. Especially with the weather today, as with the noise from the weather, I might have to speak up a bit louder than usual. But not too much louder, otherwise I max out the mic. And let's see, I wonder if this will kick up a gear at some point. Not likely. Especially as from now on out it'll be a slow crawl anyway. I'm kind of tempted to take the long way just to give it a chance on the paved road to get up some speed, but I think this tractor from memory was, although unless it's been re-geared for this game, that it was reasonably fast in top gear, but has a lot of crawler gears at the bottom. And of course, since we're pretty much stuck in, I mean, in real life with these sort of things, you pick the gear you want and then you drive off. Whereas, obviously in the game it sort of treats it like an ordinary transmission. I don't think I can sneak up through there, but I do think this has a decent fording depth. I mean, the air intake's way up here on top of the bonnet, so that does reduce the strain a bit. Although I wouldn't try this on, say, like Deluge or anything with really truly deep water, because it's not a very heavy. It actually weighs about like 2.5–3 tons, but as I said, it's only got about 80 horsepower, so it's going to get pushed around by any flowing water. I mean, I haven't even reached seen the dangerous water level thing come up yet. So maybe it's a case of this water just isn't plain, isn't deep enough. I suppose that's one of the advantages of being a tractor. No, there we go. So that's how deep it can run. And I got water coming up around the windows. Still, as you can see, this thing just doesn't seem to notice the water. Although, as I said, it's just a case of just being plain slow. And then there's the road there. I just need to come up here and stay around this side because they're in the shallows, and then I'll just back on the trail. You do have to be careful when the tractor's leaning over a bit, because like all tractors it is rather top heavy and will tip over. But I suppose this is more of a support vehicle really. I mean, with the front end loader you can use it to load logs. And there's two variants. This is the 82.1 variant. I don't know actually what the real difference is between them. Maybe one's got slightly better performance or something. Anyway, it's actually the first mod test I've done in a while, because the last time I got around to it I got halfway through it and then Spintires crashed for some reason. There isn't really much of a speed difference between first and second. And got a little hacked off it and decided to do something else. That's the only downside, is when you have as many mods or mod vehicles loaded in as I do, it gets to the point where it does affect the game's stability a bit, especially if you use multiple mods at once. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way of... It would be nice if there was a way of disabling a mod rather than unsubscribing from it. So that way I could put away mods that I don't use very often, and then sort of like our farming with... that's not the one I want. With a farming simulator, you can disable mods for a specific map, which is a brilliant feature actually, as it means you can need the mods you actually want to use, and you can leave off anything else, which helps the conflict between, say, you have two mods you like but they don't play nice together, so you can have one on one map and one on the other. That'll be especially handy once what is it called, workshop support for mod maps shows up, which will be great in my opinion, because it's so much nicer getting stuff from the workshop than just farting around through various sites to find them. I mean, I noticed once the workshop arrived in the original Spintires, I all but stopped downloading trucks individually, but I do have to admit I did prefer being able to take mods in and out, so I guess they might need to implement something like that to make, otherwise you're basically going to have to keep subscribing and unsubscribing to maps. I mean, I know as I'm going back to Farming Simulator, Farming Simulator 2017, you can download maps from within the game, just from the mod hub. And we're finally here after one long slow trip. I mean, it's been nearly 20 minutes for me, although I don't know how long the video will be finished once I edit out that section, but we're finally there. So yeah, this is not a fast vehicle, but it'll get you there. And that'll be all for today's episode of Spintires Mudrunner. So I'll see you next time.